and gentlemen, this is the Universal Wrestling Federation with Jim Ross and Magnum TA at ringside. And we've got a tag team battle that should be tremendous here. General Akbar's new team of the Angel of Death and the Terminator take on the Lightning Express, the World Tag Team Champions.
We know the Lightning Express have never been a closet champion in any state of the world. They've always gone up against the biggest and toughest, and they've really got their hands full of these two men here today.
General Akbar has been known, Magnum, in the past. As we take a shot at the look at Tim Horner, Akbar has had the ability to assemble some great teams in the past. And we could go through a long, long list of great teams that he has managed. But he is very high on this team, I understand, from dressing room talk, that General Skandor Akbar thinks that this young team of the Angel of Death and the Terminator have a great deal of potentiality.
I'm sure that's a fact. Akbar prides himself in finding the most devastating men in professional wrestling and put them together under his tutelage to try to make the best out of any situation. And he knows these two men he's up against here right now, the UWF World Tag Team Champions, the Lightning Express, are the greatest challenge that his men are likely to meet anywhere in the world. So if they can make a good show here today, it'd definitely be a feather in his cap.
Brad Armstrong is one of the best conditioned athletes in the sport. And the Angel of Death is another man that has tremendous athletic ability. He's 6'7", 325 pounds. And he is one of the most strongest men in wrestling. There you see that mysterious black glove that the Terminator wears on his right hand. Brad Armstrong is so quick. It's so sudden. Nice reversal, Magnum.
But it's no coincidence that they call it the Lightning Express, because nobody moves in and out of the ring quicker than these two men, and they really know how to utilize each other's tag team ability. You see them right now, Brad Armstrong making that tag right there to Tim Horner, working on those arms, and right there, big double chop, sending the Angel Death reeling back in the turnbuckle.
The tag has been made. We'll get our first glimpse here on the Universal Wrestling Federation of the Terminator. We'll see what he's made of, because he's in there with a tough customer in Tim Horner.
Well, just judging by the way he's attired, you got to definitely think this man is ready for business, ready for action, because it looks like to me he's ready for a war when he's come dressed to the ring in here today.
Heavy black boots, a black glove, black mask. Very bizarre looking attire, but he is a very strong individual. And he's going to have to use his strength and anything else he can muster against the World Tag Team Champs.
Well, that's a fact, because these men didn't come here to play. They're geared up all the time to go 110%. Brad Armstrong and Tim Horner won't give you any room to breathe if you make any mistakes. So we're going to find out exactly what this Terminator is made of right here. Armstrong
and Horner use their quickness, their speed. They dictate the pace in so many of their matches, and I think that has to be a great asset for that team.
Most definitely. They're not the biggest, they're not the strongest, but they know how to utilize each other's wrestling ability. They work in perfect harmony and they're in the ring together, and that's the real key to successfulness in any tag team combination.
Hope the fans will be ready to join us for the Great American Bash. Armstrong countering the Angel of Death with a right hand. Big action coming to Little Rock and Fort Smith, Chicago, Philadelphia, the Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida, in Houston, Dallas, Texas, the Reunion Arena, Los Angeles, Denver. Coming to Denver. A special hello to the folks listening to us on KMGH in Denver. Also August 1st in the Superdome, the biggest one ever. More on that later, and back to this great match.
Well, thus far, it's been all the World Tag Team Champions. Tim Horner and Brad Armstrong have been looking very good. They've really controlled the tempo thus far. He's got that arm under his arm right now, got it locked in. He's really controlling things. We see the Angel Death going to the eyes, looking for that shortcut, because he couldn't wrestle his way out of the hold. He had to find some other means to do it. But Tim Horner coming right back right there on the Terminator and getting right back in that arm lock. That's what they need to do.
They have been on the offense most of this match. Going for the clothesline and a high body press and a count of two.
He almost had him there. I mean, that was just how quick it can happen right here. This wrestling action is so fast-paced, so furious, you can lose in just a blink of an eye.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking a commercial break in a few moments. We will return, however, with the balance of this match if it's still in progress. If the decision is rendered during the commercial break, we will, of course, bring you that when we return. Now Horner's in trouble. He's back in the wrong part of town. But he comes right out of it. That's what you got to like about the champions. Oh! The Angel buried the knee into the kidney area, and now they're working on the lower back of Tim Horner. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with more of this exciting tag team match and more UWF action after this timeout. Have another great tag team match later in the hour. The winning team will meet the Lightning Express for the World Tag Team titles as General Skandor Akbar is coaching his men on to what he hopes is certainly a victory. But you will see later in the hour Dick Murdoch and Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, and it will be a collision when they meet the fabulous Freebirds, Terry Bam Bam Gordy, Buddy Jack Roberts. He's certainly humble, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very quick to pat himself on the back. His men definitely have the upper hand right here, and they're doing their utmost to really crush this Lightning Express here. But this battle's a long way from being over. Both these teams have seen a whole lot of battles in the past, and I know it's not going to be over with quite this soon.
Armstrong and Horner have youth and great conditioning in their favor, along with this very partisan crowd. And I tell you, that conditioning is certainly playing a big factor here, because out of desperation, Horner with that hip lock, but the fresh man has been tagged in.
Well, he's definitely got himself in a predicament. He needs to get out. Tim needs to make the tag out there to Brad, but boy, the Angel of Death, I mean, just driving that knee right in his back. I mean, he's really doing his utmost to put him away here. They're trying to put another mark on their guns right here today with the Lightning Express, and they need to do something. I mean, the Lightning Express definitely needs to make a tag here, and there he's got it.
Here comes Brad Armstrong. He's been waiting. He's been prancing, anticipating that tag, and he's in full of fire here in the UWF.
You're right. He's a house on fire, and these two men have got their work cut out for him right now, because there's not going to be any slowing any Brad Armstrong down right now. He's giving the Angel of Death all the battle he can handle right here.
And Horner and the Terminator outside here. Oh, good grief. Boy, he hit him right on the table here. Horner and the Terminator, and now the Angel of Death. I don't know what Akbar has done there. Something. We got a pinning predicament here. Do we have a pinfall? Yes, we do.
We've got it. The table's turned right around. Skandor Akbar trying to make things go his way, and he could have been the whole cause right there for that whole loss.
But the Terminator has the claw. He's got that tape, that gloved hand. He's got it locked in. The claw. We have heard about this maneuver, but he has got the claw of Tim Horner, and he's not wanting to relinquish it. Look at the Angel, Magnum, holding Brad Armstrong in the ring where he can't help his partner.
Unbelievable. Tim Horner is in a great amount of pain. I mean, look, as a matter of fact, his head is busted open here. That claw is just about to squeeze his temples in. I don't know. Somebody needs to do something out here. This is unbelievable.
The Giant Angel is holding Brad Armstrong, but Armstrong's freed himself. He just nailed the Terminator, but the damage has been done with the claw. And he's tenacious with it. Armstrong trying to fight for both him and his partner. The referee trying to restore some order. The tag team champions with a victory.
Tim Horner's hurt.
He certainly is. I'm inclined to try to get a word with Brad Armstrong here. Horner's out of the question. Let me get over here, Magnum.
Ladies and gentlemen, you saw it there. That unbelievable, devastating claw hold administered right there to Tim Horner. He looks like to me he's unconscious. He is bleeding profusely. His head just laid wide open. I don't know whether it was just the pressure, whether it was the strength in the hand of the Terminator, but I mean, he just dished out a tremendous amount of punishment. The team of the Terminator Angel Death didn't get their hands raised, but they certainly left their mark right here on the Lightning Express here today. Jim Ross trying to make his way ringside to have a word with him. Brad Armstrong going out with his partner. It doesn't look like these men wanted to even talk about this situation here today, but Brad's trying to get back over here. Jim Ross still trying to get a word. I mean, this is just unbelievable. It escapes words.
Brad, I just want to get a quick word. I know you got to get back to the dressing.
Yeah, now we see. Now we see what it takes. Now we see what people want to do for one of these, brother. That's what we came to this area for, is to win a championship. That Tim and I are championship material, brother, with these good people behind us. But I tell you what, now we see what they're going to do. Well, I'll tell you, we're going to put these belts down. We're going to put them down because I can tell these boys want to fight. Well, we can put these belts aside and go one-on-one. What you've done is made somebody mad. What are you thinking, huh? What are you thinking makes somebody mad? I tell you what, you'll have to excuse me a little bit wrong, because that stuff does not happen. Not to the Lightning Express. Never. And I tell you what, I'm going to make you one promise. One promise you won't forget. Terminator, oh yeah, Terminator you may be, but terminated we will see who it's going to be that gets terminated, Jack. And that ain't a threat, Jim Ross. That's a promise.
Brad Armstrong with heated remarks, and rightfully so. We'll be right back.